Welcome to Spirit Reviews. I'm Randy.
I'm Justin.
I'm Norm.
And I'm Zach.
Our goal here is to give you honest reviews, bold takes, and try and limit the questionable wisdom. Justin, what are we doing today?
We've got a bottle review today, which is also part of our World Whiskey Series too. So we've got that bottle review. We've got in the description down below, we're going to have our rating sheet that you can click in there, follow along, see whose palate you align with, look at our past distillery series and bottle reviews, and see if something's worth picking up.
Yeah, so we got some real fun facts tonight. We're going to be talking about birds, which is, we're not talking about wild turkey. We're not talking about mild turkey. We're talking about a different bird. We're talking about a peregrine tonight. So some fun facts about a peregrine. Listen, guys, I was just looking at this. It's fascinating. They live all over the world, but they're not very common. Okay. They're one of the fastest birds, especially while diving. They can reach up to 240 miles per hour while diving for their prey. You're like, what does that have to do with bourbon? I don't know. We'll see. These birds eat other birds. That's pretty aggressive. I like that. We'll see if it eats the hoverhawk later. And their migration is one of the longest on Earth, and they'll travel just miles and miles and miles, like the finish on this bourbon, hopefully. So, I don't even know if it's a bourbon. I don't know what it is. Zach, what are we drinking?
Well, Norm, it's actually not bourbon at all. It's Canadian whiskey. We're doing Found North's Peregrine 21 year. This is the 2024 release that came out in January of 2025. This is part of their high altitude collection. This is actually their second release of the Peregrine bird. The mash bill here is a derived mash bill, but I'll give it to you. 78% corn, 21% rye, and 1% malted barley. So if you don't know, Found North, their whole shtick, right, is to blend whiskeys from various Canadian distilleries. Mm-hmm. And those are typically single grain whiskeys from these Canadian distilleries. And so that derived mash bill represents the overall ratio that they end up with. So the components here at play, we've got corn whiskeys of 23, 24, and 25 years age stated, and rye whiskeys of 21 and 24. So the whiskeys in this blend, again, 21 to 25 years between those ranges. It's then finished in ex-cognac and New American oak barrels. And for the 2024 release, the second flight, they use a higher ratio of those ex-cognac casks, approximately 70% cognac to 30% New American oak. So they're trying to go for a thicker texture, less spicy finish here. Proof is 114.2, and the MSRP on this release was, I think, $225. So a little up there.
Okay. Yep.
Norm's eyes rolled.
That was like two. I'll tell you what it doesn't taste like. ISO. That's for sure. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
All right. Before we get into Norm pooping on another Canadian whiskey, if you could do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Help us out. We're trying to grow the channel. We're making great strides here, but we can use your help. Also, if you like what we're doing here, join us in our Discord. We have a link down below. It's a great place to come, where we all talk, share wisdom. It's not us sharing wisdom. It's everybody. It's a community, and we'd love you to be part of it. So come on and join us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I might not crap on this. Listen, Found North, the two brothers, they came together and said, what we want to do is take these Canadian spirits and we want to blend them in such a way for the American audience, right? And what they say is the way they blend, they see this as a way to create an American version of Canadian whiskey.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I heard Zach's the cooler brother. I mean,
yeah. Is that what? Just saying.
Isn't Zach's always? Is it with a H or a K? I mean, that's what I need to know.
That's what I thought, Randy. But
yeah.
You trash this, they're gonna send a Peregrine 200 and whatever miles an hour
right through my window. And snatch up my little Chihuahua.
Yeah. I mean,
legit.
I mean, I'm getting the noses on this I've always found pleasant. I think it's got a nice balance of sweetness and some age. I do enjoy the finish on this. You're getting more of that the cognac kind of note on the nose. But what I enjoy about it is I didn't know that was their goal, honestly, and I like Found North, but it makes sense because I actually do think that this is a bridge to American, whiskeys, bourbon, whatever. You know, I've enjoyed a lot of their series. Don't enjoy their pricing. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
You know, that's always the hard part.
And this hits me as like light, fruity. I mean, there's some depth there, but more when you're comparing to like bourbon and rye, typical American spirits here. We've got this is like light and fruity, and it still has a little bit of a punch there, but the nose is great.
Yeah, it's inching up my nose. It's punchy. It's bright. I'm trying to get the depth, but every time I go in deeper, it just burns my nose. Which I had that issue on the other one we did, and I'm picking up a little bit of that high octane smell. I know it's 114, but it does smell a bit higher, and I don't know. I don't understand Canadian whiskey as much as I think I did. It smells like Canadian whiskey, but I get that cognac too. I don't know. It's all over the place. Well, we'll see what happens on the palate.
So I'll set the stage for you guys. Hanging out with my buddy Norm, or we're perusing the aisles of Lowe's here. Got some fresh lumber in the air.
Yeah.
I got a cognac glass in one hand and a peach in the other one, and that's what this nose smells like to me.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can see the peach.
Yeah, but I have there's like this like fresh lumber, like green wood.
Yeah.
Like I went to Yellowwood to get some fence posts, and I'm just walking through treated lumber yards. But
I'm not getting as much of that.
I
But
wouldn't say treated. I mean, I could see like a pine 2x4. I don't know if I get the green treated.
yeah. Well, let's
As
get
much
on.
time as Zach and I spend in Home Depot together, you
Yeah.
come visit
I
sometime.
went Lowe's. I went for the hometown company. Norm.
Lowe's, yeah, Lowe's is hometown. Yeah.
Hey, look,
All right.
hey, listen, we're not sponsored. If you guys would like to sponsor us, please reach out. We can be
Whoever
happy.
wants to win
Come on,
the
Buzz.
sponsorship, you know,
We can
just
do some home
Arthur
improvement
Blank.
Okay.
products.
Depot, have a little battle.
Some Arthur
All
Let's
Blank.
do
right,
it.
guys.
Yeah.
Ready to
Cheers,
taste
guys.
this?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
God,
Always
I gotta
watching
figure.
Jordan's reaction.
I gotta figure out what that is.
The notes I want are buried under a more prominent note. I can taste them in the background. It's like a lot of red fruit going on.
Okay.
It does have that like peachy, sour sweetness, but the oak is very prominent over that, and it's not a. It doesn't taste like an aged oak. It tastes like a younger oak.
Have you only had one sip, Zach?
I've had two.
Okay,
But-
I was gonna say kind of
Yep.
dissipated with the second sip for me, but
Yeah, I don't get the peach like I did on the nose. I definitely get a sweet and sour going on. There's I can appreciate what Zach's saying because it isn't your typical bourbon influence older barrel. Like when you hear the years here, you think of like an older bourbon. It does come across a little bit more youthful, but I think that's more in the finishing barrels than I think it is the actual age. I get a nice like a golden raisin on the mid palate to back. I find that very pleasant. I get it's got a sweetness to it, like a honey on the front. There is a proofy spice to the front of the palate. I wouldn't say it's proof to me, but it's a proofy spice feeling. And then it transfers over. I think the finish is nice and long, and I get like a nice sweet ride on it. It's kind of like a crescendo. It just kind of rides itself out, and I mean, I'm done.
I don't really have much else to add besides I was gonna go into the finish, but you said that the finish is great. Like that finish lasts a long time. That whole time you were talking, it was just the finish was just, and it stays at that level too, and just goes and goes and goes. But that golden raisin, great note. That's spot on. That's the note I was trying to figure out in my head, and that's what it is. I'm with you.
I think the cognac saves it. I think the cognac comes in, it brings a level of sweetness that this needs, because this would be extremely dry, and I think without that sweetness,
Agreed.
And luckily for me, I like cognac and I like what it does on the finish. And the finish is the best part of this by far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you think about a cohesive pour, you know, it's like, oh man, this smells great. Oh, the front of the tongue, the mid palate, everything. But it shines on the finish. Uh, it pushes into a little bit of before the finish. I don't know, like an Indian spice, not quite licorice or anise or anything like that, but it's heading in that direction for me. Maybe
Carbon.
that's a bit earthy. Maybe I'm getting the two mixed up, but then it pulls back and it's that cognac sweet long finish that I really enjoy.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. The only thing I'll say is it's very creamy mouthfeel. It is the texture is great, and I do want to like highlight that's kind of what they were going for, that thicker texture.
Yeah.
If this is less spicy than the original release, then that's a good thing because this one's pretty tingly. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's like a certain astringency, and the cognac is really saving it for me.
Yeah.
Would you guys say, I mean, like the front of the palate on this, I'm trying to decide, would you say it's an impactful front palate? Like, I mean, because it's like you're like, I'm here, or would you say it's too, like,
I would say
almost
yes.
too much?
I don't know. It doesn't kick down my door. I think it crescendos, right? I think it's more of a crescendo pour.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just curious.
Yeah. It doesn't kick down my door either. Like it crescendos. It's like when you get some spicy wings and you're like, oh, these aren't so bad. And by the time you get to the 12th one, you're like, oh, wow, this is having some impact, right? That's what I'm getting from this.
It doesn't. I would say so. Yeah, I agree. I think for me, it doesn't hit immediately, but it hits very fast. Like you get it on the front of your tongue, and then it starts to ramp pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like proof wise, you know, like sometimes you get like that. I mean, I think it's important for you, like we talk about proof and stuff like that. It's not like a 120 bourbon where you're getting like,
No.
well, I'm here, and you know, it smacks you in the face, and then it hugs you and gives you a warm, you know, fuzzy on the way out.
Yeah.
Like this has spice, but it's not like proofy, like powerful smack you in the face kind of.
I think it ramps fast. Though. Yeah.
This reaches top speed like the Peregrine when they're diving. They hit 240.
Right,
That's what this does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with Norm. There's like an Indian food type spice aspect.
Yes.
It's almost like it's like you took Indian like curry spices and you put it on top of like a melon. I don't know.
Yeah. It's got like almost like
Yeah.
a buttered chicken going on there.
Mm.
That's the creaminess and the spice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get some scores on this bad boy here.
I can go first if you want.
Go for it, Justin.
I wrote mine down. I like this a lot. I think I prefer in the two that we've had. I prefer batch 11, but it's dang close. This is just under it, so this is a 6.9 for me. Still really enjoy it. It's the price that brings this one down a little bit compared.
Yeah.
You know, that price point is rough for what you get out of it. I feel like if this was in the 150, 165 range that the other one, the batch was, then I think it would be a little bit better, but I just can't. I can't get it higher than I can't get it into the sevens with the price point.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's at. Like when I think about the 18 year, the batch 11, which we haven't even released that video, but this is better than that for me. The price point is my Achilles heel on this one, big time. Oh man, it's good. It's good. I'm not saying rush out and buy one, like unless you're a big Found North fan, like, and you're like, hey, I got some disposable income. Let me go after this. I think it's going to be in that 6.9. I like it.
So I'm tasting it. There's definitely some aspects about it that I really enjoy. The finish, but every time I'm kind of sitting with the pour, it just flashes a note I just don't jive with. So I was kind of thinking at first, I was like, oh, I wouldn't split this. And I was like, oh, maybe I would split this. So I think I'll just settle at the 5.9. It's got really good notes in some aspects, but it's not enough to make me I don't even really want to split of this. It's just not, especially for the price point. And I'm thinking MSRP. If this was closer to like 125, then we're probably talking sixes for me. But at 225, 5.9.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, I put a high value on different. it's just kind of where I'm at in my journey. Something that makes me think, something I haven't had before. This fits that bill. It's not. It doesn't play in the same category as most of the things I have. I think the flavors are impactful, unique, different. Um, Again, it comes down to the price. I just think they're out of the price range. I think they could make this cheaper, but they're riding the hot wave, and I think they kind of are abusing that privilege a little bit with their pricing. And for that reason, it's not a 7. It's for me. I'm going to go with a 6. I'm going to go with a 6.8. I think it's a good bottle. It's worth, if you can split it. If you have the disposable income, as Norm said, absolutely, you're not going to be disappointed in this pour. There's nothing about this pour that makes me not want to drink it again. It's just the price.
It's the price. Interesting what they're doing. They got so popular so quick, and now like you enter to the lottery, right? And if you enter, you have to put your credit card information in, because if you get picked, you get the bottle, right? Is that how it works?
You have to decide quick, yeah.
And I kind of like how they're doing that. So you just got to really think about it. Like if you're going to commit, you need to put your stuff in, as in you're actually buying that bottle. You might not get picked, and you might be like, "Woo," yeah.
They give you time to think about it. It's not like it's a one-day raffle. I mean, you got days
right
to think about the price.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's good. I like what you said, Randy, about different. And that reminds me of something that I'll get my hands on for us to do in a blind one day, and it will be different.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something for that.
There is.
When you're trying something like this and it's giving you flavors and it makes you think, and we're sitting here, guys who are not really whiskey guys, we're new to this, and we're just, trying to read the flavor wheel over here and guess things. No, but seriously, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if you can make me guess and think and wonder what that flavor is and dig a little bit, there's an experience to it that has a value.
This would be great in a blind. It like one of those other channels do, where they try to guess like region, proof, age. This is all over the place. I don't know. It'd be real difficult.
Yeah, I don't know if I would guess Canadian on this.
No, I wouldn't peg it as that.
No, not at all.
No.
And I think this would be interesting. This is a perfect example of how would this rate if we didn't have the price. Because if you take out the price and rate it on just experience, I think it changes a little bit. I still think Zach wouldn't change as much, because I think there's a note in there he doesn't like, which when that happens, it's hard to get out of your head. And that's the second time you've not been you've not thought highly of this. So obviously it's there and it's true. Intoxicated and non-intoxicated.
Yeah, exactly.
It holds true.
Both personalities agree.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm with you, Randy, on this too. As far as like the experience is worth a lot to me too. I like that it's different. I like what they're doing. I like that it's different. Price point is just the rough part on this one.
Yeah.
If they could reel that in a little bit, because look across at a lot of the different Canadian offerings, and a lot of them are very competitive price wise. So this is like an outlier. And I understand what they're doing and everything, and I appreciate what they're doing. And I think it is a good bridge, and I like it. But price wise, if we can get that a little bit under control, I think this could be even more special.
I'd be happy at 175 with this bottle, honestly.
I'm with you.
Based on the years, based on your, I know Canadian has, it's their price point per year is usually cheaper, but there's a lot of thought that's going into this blend.
Mm-hmm.
In my
I agree.
All right.
Yep. Well, with that, guys.
Yeah.
Stay spirited. We'll see you on the next one.
Stay spirited, guys.
Everyone.
Yeah, that price, you just want it to be.
That, Zach. You had the exact same kind of reaction the first time too.
Yeah, it just has like
it just didn't wow you.
No, not fine. Yeah.
And usually when you're drunk, it'll wow you more than it will now.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, whoa, this is, you don't really, your palate's blown. I mean, whatever. And
yeah.
He was almost identical, as best as I can remember.
Yeah, I think I remember saying that because we tried that and we tried
Hoverhawk. You did
Hoverhawk, and I did like Hoverhawk more then. We'll see. And then I also we tried Cathedral. that
Yep.
day.
And Cathedral, remember, we weren't high on at all. We were
No.
like,
Yeah, not for secondary. I mean, for retail, sure.
But I still remember that Cathedral when we tried it. It was fresh crack and it tasted way different than when
Yeah,
we
it
had
was super spicy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like always like I like spicy stuff generally.